on you. Okay, so no, not
Not
anymore.
anymore.
Um, um, where are you at? Are you in the studio? Yeah. It's in the group chat. Because I was sitting there, I was like, why is there only 6 minutes? And I was sitting there, I looked, I was like, Britt's not in the studio. I mean, I can probably slightly see the chat, but I don't know. What Angel? We want light stuff. We're on live in a minute and 30 seconds. We're live. We're on live in a minute. Wait a minute. Yo, what is up, everybody? How the heck are we doing? I am your boy, it's the Birdman. You are here on the Birdman Show. We are here live. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitch. We're on TikTok. So everybody that has been here, you already know what we're about to do. So why don't you go ahead and do it with me? That is right. This is the Birdman Show. Britt's a little late on the YouTube and Twitch part, but it's all good. She just got off work. She's still trying to adjust. So it's all good. We'll forgive you for that. But yes, we are here live. We are on the Birdman Show. Another episode, and I'm excited about this one. This one's a little weird. But hey, all those who've watched this Birdman Show, the pot or the recap, or have joined anything that has to do with any of us, we do weird very well. So it's all good. But hey, before I get to anything else, I gotta say what's up to my peoples. Ace, let's start with you, man. How you doing, brother? Just start talking.
Well, I mean, I didn't want to sit there and mute and then blow everybody out because I was echoing. But I'm doing good. It's been a transition for me. I'm almost wondering if that ain't coming off my fucking head. Damn, let's scoot the fuck over a little bit. All right. Sorry. Shut up, Shane. But yeah, we're doing good. I'll leave it at that.
Well, alrighty then. That's awesome. Yeah. Shane, how about yourself, man? How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Excited to get this podcast going.
Awesome, outstanding. That's what I like to hear. And to the lovely lady, definitely maybe last but definitely not least, Britt, how the freaking heck are you doing?
Good, tired, but good.
Good, tired, but good. That's one thing I love about Britt. She's very short and to the point. I don't know if that's your stature or not.
No, because I know if we get to
If I
talking, two of us will squirrel and we'll have to bring it around the block.
well, then you and Ace better keep it under control. Um,
This motherfucker over here.
yeah, so definitely keep it under control. Anyways, we're definitely going to be doing a weird topic. This topic was brought to us by Britt. So we already know it's going to be weird because she brought us the freaking Mandela effect, which I'm still not over. So yeah, there's that. Um, but before we get started, like always, like I want to tell everybody, the Birdman Show is brought to you by Restream. Restream is an awesome way to do a podcast with amazing editing tools and unmatched community of experts to help you get your podcast off the ground. You definitely want to check them out. If you want to learn more about Restream and how to start a podcast with a video or even audio version of your podcast, go to our YouTube channel, Birdman Show Podcast, and check out the link in the bio. Also, that will be with this video. Yeah, I don't want to mess around anymore. I want to get this bad boy cracking. Like I said, once again, I want to thank everybody who's watching us on TikTok, the people who are watching us here on YouTube, and of course over on Twitch. Your boy loves you. Holla at your boy. TikTok likes are only like 492. I need those up. I need at least 2K in the next 10 minutes.
Now, just out of curiosity, Birdman,
What's up?
did you get a hold of Britt to let her know that there's a change in schedule?
No.
Like I said, we always do shit on the phone.
I did not. So
Oh, shit.
we'll just roll with it. I mean, I can cover whatever I need to cover, so it's all good. Anyways, as you see on your screen, well, those are on Twitch and on YouTube, TikTok, we're going to tell you what's going on. We are talking about the Appalachian Mountains. Okay. Now, most people, you might think, okay, the Appalachian Mountains, what's so big about that? I'm just going to say, when it comes to that, the Appalachian Mountains are roughly about a 480 million year old mountain range with a landscape that some say is full of hidden things and fertile ground of fear. The mountain's hollows, thickly, uh, thickly, wooded slopes. This is so weird. Who wrote this? Did R. Kelly write this or something? Thickly wooded, thickly wooded slopes and springs that rise unexpectedly out of the dark holes and then vanish again can create a sense of mystery. Some residents claim that the area is inhabited by uh, shadowy creepers and ghosts, and say that they've even seen things in their own backyard. Now, I'm gonna ask this question. Now, I'm not gonna ask this question to Britt because she's the one who brought this to our attention. So I'll save you for last on this question, Britt. Shane, let's start with you, buddy. Um, when you hear about the Appalachian Mountains, before we decide we're going to do an episode on this, how much had you heard about the Appalachian Mountains? And second part of that, what did you really kind of know about the Appalachian Mountains?
I didn't know much about them, uh, just to be honest with you, until I started doing my research and I was like, wow, there's a lot to it.
Yes, there is definitely a lot to it there. Hey, same question to you.
I'm going to say what Shane meant to say. I didn't know a damn thing. No, I take that back. I got this one here that told me that they went to the Appalachian Mountains for their honeymoon, and she was telling me some of the things that they had encountered while they were there, and then she was telling me how the Appalachian Mountains got so much folklore and everything, and then like ghost stories and all this type of shit. So it does not surprise me that she brought this topic up. So I mean, yeah, I knew quite a bit because of Brit.
I mean, fair enough. That's fair enough. Shane, you need to mute yourself.
Here we can hear Mama.
Was having some technical difficulties.
Yeah, that we could all hear. That we could all hear. Mute yourself. Anyways, he took himself off the camera on there you go. He took himself off camera on TikTok, but didn't mute himself. Anyways, but yes, I didn't know much about it. I knew as a black man, mountain ranges, not something I really wanted to do. I did enough of that crap. Yes, I know. I wake up shocked every day.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I know. I said the same thing. But and I did enough of mountains and stuff when I was in the military. I was stationed at the Tent Mountain Division up in Fort Drum, New York. And then being deployed, Afghanistan, which most people don't really realize how many mountains are actually there. But yeah, so I didn't know that much about it. Like some of the stories that we're going to talk about, I heard about the stories, but I didn't actually really realize that they originated in the Appalachian Mountains. So this is going to be pretty cool. Now, Britt, like I said, you were the one that brought this to us, to our attention and everything. So why don't you kind of walk us through a little bit about some of the things we could encounter on this episode that we're talking about with the Appalachian Mountains?
Okay, so I mean, some of the things would be, and I say this lightly because I don't know if you guys read in the research, like saying the names of these things, if you are superstitious, is said to bring them closer. So just fair warning. But just kind of like the rules of like the Appalachian Mountains, like the unwritten rules. There's
Wait,
something
there's rules.
we're gonna go over.
There's rules in the Appalachian Mountains.
Well, it's like the unwritten rules. Like everyone knows and they tend to follow even when they don't realize they're following them. Like, at nighttime, make sure windows are locked, doors are locked, curtains are pulled tight. You don't keep the windows open, nothing like that. There's the whistling and singing bit of it, the voices that you could hear, looking into the trees. There's we've got the mimics and doppelgangers down. We've got the Bell Witch, the Skinwalkers, and the lights above the mountain are the topics that I do believe we are going to try and cover today.
Yeah, those are definitely some of the topics that we're going to go over today. Now, the thing that got me was, and you mentioned quite a few of those, like the Bell Witch, Did you say Bigfoot?
No, Skinwalkers, mimics, Bell Witch.
Okay. So, well, like one list that I had that had quite a few, but they had like some of the top 8 was the Bell Witch, Bigfoot, the Brown Mountain Lights. I know that's one of the ones we're going to be talking about. The Flatwoods Monster. Never heard of that. Moon-eyed people. I just call them people that haven't had enough sleep. Mothman, which I didn't know much about the Mothman until I saw like the Mothman prophecies. Was that the Mothman prophecies, right? Was that?
Mm-hmm.
That was with Richard Gere, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I didn't know much about all that stuff. But then it also talk about Appalachian superstitions and stuff like that. So this is really going to be kind of cool. because I like that stuff. I watch true crime stuff all the time. I also watch those paranormal shows because I just think it's funny that people actually go looking for that kind of stuff. So I like to see if anybody's going to hurt themselves. I'm not condoning somebody hurting themselves, but at the same time, it's still comedy to me. But anyways, so that's some of the things that you're definitely going to want to talk about. Okay, so Britt, let's just get this bad boy. Let's just rip the band-aid off this bad boy. Okay, so what is one of the ones you want to talk about first?
How about just like the rules to start off with? I think that would be a pretty good foundation.
Now, who mentioned anything about rules?
I did. Read your message.
Look, I don't have to read my message because you just mentioned something about rules. Nobody said that you had rules whenever you went to the Appalachian Mountains.
Well, no, it's not like I said, these are unwritten rules. They're not like, it's like follow at
No.
your own risk type deal if you don't follow them.
How do you know?
Because I follow a couple people from the Appalachian Mountain that tell all kinds of stories. And it's actually really cool because the stories from the Appalachian Mountain, if you know that mountain chain, back, if you believe this, when all of the continents were the supercontinent, you actually get some of these same stories in different versions over there in Ireland, where this mountain chain would have been connected.
Correct.
Hey, I'm just kind of stuck on the fact that you say you're following people around from the Appalachian Mountains. Like, are you part of this creepy story stuff we're talking about here too? I mean, that sounds like straight stalker syndrome right there. What's going on here?
It's unwritten rules, but you're getting it from people that live there.
That you're
Yeah.
following?
Yeah, on TikTok and stuff. Yeah.
That you stalk. Okay, Britt, we need to talk offline
Like
after this.
stalking.
So, anyways, why don't you run us through some of these rules that I guess they have that I didn't know. So I guess lesson learned here, people. No matter where you go, there's always rules. Go ahead, Britt.
I'd say the number one rule, which is like the most important, if you see it or hear it, no, you didn't. And basically what that means, you see something weird or you hear something weird, like someone calling your voice and no one should be around calling your voice, ignore it. And that's like one of the most important rules. You feed into these lures and they're just going to get worse. One of the rules is you don't go into the woods during the night, especially by yourself. When you're in the woods, you also stay on the marked trails. There's been several stories and stuff where people go into the woods and they will actually lose track of time. That's another lore that there is. Like they'll go in, it'll feel like they've been there for like 15 minutes. All of a sudden they look at their clock and it's 8 o'clock at night and it's about to be dark.
So wait a minute. So I got to stop you there. So first of all, those sound like some really great rules off the bat. They just do.
Wait, she already started the rules?
Yeah.
Fuck, I was talking.
No. Yes, we know.
Yeah.
Definitely don't go in the woods by yourself after dark. Black people have been living by that for centuries. So I already knew that. That was already embedded in me. So I'm good on that one. Definitely never answer somebody when they're calling your name if you don't know them because they might be asking you for money. So that's also a good rule.
But what if it was a kid that was calling you?
Oh, definitely not. Because that's all I need is some kid to come up and say, hey, daddy. No.
Daddy.
Good. So I hear a kid calling my name. I just keep on walking. Forget that. Anyways, so these are great rules. Great rules, not just for the Appalachian Mountains, but just life in general. Brittany, you're getting us some great nuggets here. Love it. Continue, please.
So another one is don't look into the trees for too long because you will see something that you are not meant to see. So yes, go outside, enjoy it during the daytime. Just don't focus on the trees, don't stare in there because there is a lore where these creatures, I guess, can actually turn into trees as well, and they are meant to lure you into the forest to get you trapped there. This
Okay,
is
hold on. Wait, Britt, wait. So I have because okay, so what I'm having an issue with is I'm hearing these rules, okay, and like I said, once again, some of them pretty good. You know, I live by them already. Um, I don't have a problem with some of this stuff because it's kind of almost sound like they're trying to set people up for some criminal activity, and like just if you hear something, see something, keep it moving. Um, I'm starting to get a little worried. Is this if that maybe this is not what I think this is anymore? Am I wrong to say that? I mean, am I off in thinking that?
I mean, it's very supernatural, so
Oh, that's what they call it. You with me on that? Yeah. Okay, yeah, if that's what they want to call it,
Supernatural or not?
supernatural. Yeah, okay, whatever. It sounds like there's some
Predatory trees.
yeah, it kind of sounds like there's some Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, P. Diddy type stuff going on here. Anyways, continue, Britt. I'm sorry. Sorry. I apologize.
no, you're good. Just like the number one rule, if you see it, you hear it. No, you didn't. This is another one because it is said that if you are to do this, especially outside or at night, like in your house, it does bring on and it attracts the attention of these lures. You are not supposed to whistle or sing outside at all. There's been so many cases where they'll just be walking, unintentionally, and it mimics back. And you'll hear that, or you'll hear the next part of the song or something like that. And then one of the other, like I did like the top 5 rules that I could see were the most common from the Appalachian Mountain areas are the voices. Like say
Now,
you were to
now, I hear voices all the time. Um, and I don't live nowhere near the Appalachian Mountains. I am taking medication for it, but it doesn't seem to work half the time. So, I guess the tree's a little bit more powerful than the medication I'm on. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I don't know. Go there
Or
and
maybe
find out.
maybe I'm not talking to the right trees.
Maybe try giving it a hug.
Yeah, I'll give it a hug, right? Anyways. Okay, so wow, so this is kind of crazy. So wow, okay, yeah, just go ahead and continue with the rules.
The voices. Now, say you were to hear something calling your name and it sounds like it's right next to you. In the Appalachian Mountains, if it is one of these lures, more than likely, if it's right next to you, that means that that thing is far away. But if the voice sounds like it's far away, then it's very close to you.
Oh, so it's like a ventriloquist, huh?
It's
Okay.
meant to throw you off, yes.
Oh, okay. I'll have to remember that.
And like I said, these aren't like written down rules. They're going to vary from area to area in the Appalachian Mountains and what rules you have, what rules you follow. Like in your family line, basically. There's going to be variances.
Okay. All right. I mean, I'm picking up what you put down. This stuff sounds crazy. Okay, so hearing all that, Shane, what are some of your thoughts with hearing about some of this stuff?
Well, you ain't gonna catch me in the Appalachian Mountains. I can tell you that much. Uh, yeah, I already hear stuff too. I don't think I need it amplified.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you. I definitely understand that. Yeah, and the crazy thing about it is I actually like going camping and stuff like that. So I actually enjoy that kind of stuff. But what I do, one thing I try to do is I kind of try to research where I'm going first. Just because of these forementioned things that we're talking here. If there's been an axe murderer within the last 4 or 5 months, I'm not gonna go there. If there's been some missing people that have come up, well, not come up. But missing people that been report if they came up, they're not missing anymore. But there's some missing people that have been reported that are even close to that area, not going. Um, I've seen all the horror movies, and for whatever reason, they just like going after the black people first. So I kind of avoid that. So it is what it is. But what what I'm saying is here, yeah, I kind of yeah. So I get it. I'm with you there, Shane. Ace, what about you?
All right. First off, I want to make mention of something that Angel just pointed out. I'm doing this for a reason. So even though I am an asshole, you guys can't see it. I'm going to get to that in just a second. Even though I am an asshole, I do have angelic tendencies because look at my halo. Oh,
Hey Ace,
shut up.
no
Let
one
me
wants,
live my fucking dream.
no one wants to see that.
What, my halo?
No, you said I am an asshole. Oh, and you can't see it.
Everybody wants to see that. But what I was going to say is, for those that are on TikTok, I'm going to get to your question in a minute. For those that are on TikTok, Britt is our guest in the studio this evening. She only has one device, so she's only able to join us in the studio. So if you are watching the broadcast on TikTok right now, we recommend that you either join us on Twitch or YouTube. If you want to join us on YouTube, if you go to my bio, under my beacons link, there is, I want to say it's the first tab, and it says Birdman Show Podcast. If you click on that, it will take you to the YouTube page, and then you can join the studio from there. And if you watch us on Twitch, that's going to have to be on him whenever he gets the mic back. So to answer your question, what was the question?
Whirl.
The stuff that you've gone over so far, Britt. First off, I didn't know that there's any fucking rules to go to the Appalachian Mountains. I know somebody who has been up and down the Appalachian Mountains in North America. And their dream is to go to Ireland so that they can explore the rest of the Appalachian Mountains. So for there to be rules and some of those, I mean, Birdman's right. It's 100% life rules, not necessarily just Appalachian Mountain rules. If you've got somebody in the dark saying your fucking name and you don't know who the hell they are, you don't turn around and say, "Can I help you?"
But it doesn't just happen outside either. It happens in their houses too.
Yeah, how about fuck all that? Matt. I love you, Matt. The staring at the trees and shit. You know, you be walking down a path and everything, and you're in a daze. You're not really paying attention. It's a path. You're walking down the path, you're in a daze, and you just happen to glance out into the trees. Did you know you got a fucking skull on your wall? Yes. I can look over, and there's a damn skull staring at me. I'm like, nope, ain't doing it. But you sit there and you look out into the trees. You don't expect something to be fucking looking back at you.
There you do.
Well,
They
You
have
told us that.
do it. And when I say there are these rules, it's not like obviously like people coming in there should do their research and look into the area like Birdman says that he does.
Exactly. Well, I mean, whenever you decide that you're going to go on vacation, everything, you always research where you're going.
Yep.
Not
But
necessarily for axe murderers.
for
Hey, I'm talking here. Love you, Britt. But not necessarily for like axe murderers or like accidental. It's less official rules, more hand-me-down traditions. Well, she said it was an unofficial list of rules, and usually if it's unofficial, it's just a bunch of bullshit scribbled on a paper.
I don't even think they're wrote down.
Do the trees have freaking? Are you going to go get it from them?
There are these stories from people who grew up in this area. They knew about the rules that had been handed down by like their grandparents or whatever. They didn't know the reasoning of the rules though until they started experiencing it or they got older to pay attention to what was going on around them.
Well, see, that's always interesting. That's always interesting to me. When you hear about traditions and things like that, they've been handed down from generation to generation. And it gets handed down so much and so often and with such conviction that people don't even question it. They just, oh, I was always told not to do this. Okay, why were you told not to do this? Like, I get, like, okay, we're talking about superstition and stuff like this, but if we're talking about anything else, I get you wanting to teach somebody something and you want to hand them down this and that. Well, this is why we do it. Okay, well, why? If you're not at least giving me the why as to why it's going on, then guess what? Well, not me, but you're opening somebody up to actually experience something they probably don't want to experience. But that's just honestly that's society. We do a lot of hand me down rules and different things like that, and we don't explain why stuff um is and why we do those certain things. Um, can somebody pin what comment?
Here,
Angel.
I've got a question. Here, can you hear me? Tell Matt that you need to use his damn phone. Get your ass on TikTok.
You got headphones for it?
No, not for his phone.
Well, actually, technically, you wouldn't need it because as long as you can hear on one of the devices, it's not going to matter because it's going to be the same thing. We got Mama D here. I live at the beginning of the Appalachian Mountains Trail. We don't follow the same rules in New England. So that's another interesting thing to me. That there's like so many different sets of rules for even different areas around there. I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick so I can pull this up. But it's that's also extremely interesting to me when it comes to dealing even I mean not just this subject, but any subject when we're talking about this. Okay, here it is. Let me find this and we find a good one that's gonna show up decently. No,
Give me just a second.
don't.
All right, X, just so that you know, it's not that my mic isn't getting picked up on Twitch. It's that we're in the same room, if you couldn't tell. And most of the time I'm talking through his mic. So it's going to be low on YouTube and Twitch if I don't turn my mic on.
Dang, you got a loud mouth if you're using his mic. Good God.
Wow.
You just now figuring this shit out?
Wow. That sounded wow. That sounded like a definite direct attack.
I can hear him just as well as I can hear you, and you guys are using the same mic. Either one, your mic is like super freaking sonic, or two, he just got a loud mouth, which I know he does.
I do have a They do have a really good mic. I mean, it is
Can
a
you
good
hear me
mic.
just as good now as what you could just a
Well,
second
man,
ago?
that was hurtful there. Britt,
Okay, that's because I don't have my mic on.
I felt that, Britt.
I mean,
I felt that.
that almost got my feeling.
Yeah, man, that cut deep.
Almost.
Hey, I mean, I wasn't even one involved in the comment.
Now, I guess it's a good thing that it's very deep.
I'm just saying. Okay, so I'm gonna try to pull this up. I don't know how it's gonna look, but I'll do my best when it comes to this. Let's see. Okay, so what we're gonna see here. No, that's not. Stop it. Oh, because I clicked on. Okay, now, oh, here it is. Okay, so let's see if it'll. I don't know if it's. I
Do you
got
see
like a little bit of. Is it coming up? Huh. Well, it's not. I know. I'm trying to. Okay.
Pedal.
It's not. All right, hold up. Let me do this. Let me see if it'll do this. Oh, I see what it did. Oh, you sneaky devil, you. All right. Oh, there it is. Okay, here we go. Okay, so as you can kind of see here, so this is basically the area map of basically the east coast here, and basically here you see in the blue, I believe it's orange, yellow, the purple, and this teal
Great.
color, whatever, green, whatever. So these are all the regions in which the Appalachian mountain range kind of runs through. So I mean, you're talking about you got down here. You can't really see it because of everybody where the screens are. Um, you got Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, a little bit in Tennessee, Kentucky, the southeast part of Ohio. You got West Virginia, Virginia, a little bit of Maryland, Pennsylvania, and even New York. So here's the thing that gets me, like, when we're sitting there talking about it, and I'm glad that, Mama D had said something. There are probably a lot of different rules. There's probably a lot of different, ways that they view this because of the different parts of the region in which they are. So now, Britt, when you were talking about these rules, and then we're gonna move on. When you were talking about some of these rules, did she get on TikTok?
No, not yet.
Did she?
No, his phone's only at 12%, so I don't think that'll work.
Oh, okay. But anyways, as we're looking at this, um, as
Don't the girls have tablets?
Oh, yeah, but they don't have TikTok on there.
oh, but anyways, as we're saying, like, were these the rules that you were reading? Were they just in general, or was this basically pulled from a certain region?
No, I mean, the rules base back all the way to the Navajo. And I'm sure there's some others in there, but it was just some of the more common rules that most have their in their history. Now, from what I've heard from the people that I follow, right there where that purple, yellow, and orange meet by like Virginia, Kentucky, that part of Tennessee, and North Carolina, right there. That's the hot spots that I've heard the most about.
Okay, so basically, like right here in this little middle area right in here.
Yes, right in there. Yeah, where the orange, yellow, and purple meet. And Virginia and Kentucky, right in that area specifically, have some of the most active areas that I've
Mm.
heard.
Okay,
And
well, you know what? Let's get into some of these areas, some of these topics that we're talking about here. Then, so what was the first one we were going to talk about bringing up?
um, we can do, I guess, the skinwalkers if you want, or whichever one.
Well, let's go with the skinwalkers. Let's go with that one. What can you tell? Now, I've heard. I used to watch this show, Skinwalker Ranch. Um,
Hmm.
and I honestly I can't even think about where they said the location was. Now that I'm thinking about it, we're talking about this now. But I watched that. I've been watching that quite a bit. I've kind of skipped out on it. I haven't seen it in a while. So I'm a little. I think I'm a little behind in when it comes to that. But some of the stuff that they were showing, I'm like, whoa, wait, what? And the video evidence they had, and I'm like, fam, see, like I said, a lot of these shows would not last very long if they had a brother like me running them. Because the first time something popped up, and I'm like, oh, did you see that? And they're like, hey, did you see
Where'd he go?
where'd he go? And I'd already been back in Kansas. I'd have been calling him on the phone, like, hey, lose my number, don't ever call me again. But anyways, so had you heard? I'm assuming you because I see you nod in your head that you heard about the Skinwalker Ranch. Now, where's that located?
Matt's looking it up right now. I've heard about it, but I have actually not watched that series yet.
Oh, it's really good. It's actually really good. If you haven't seen TikTok, if you haven't seen Skinwalker
Okay.
Ranch, go watch it. I believe it's on Discovery. I believe it's on Discovery. It's really good. I'm not sure if it's on demand or not, but it's pretty good. So I like I said, I watch quite a bit. By the way, TikTok doing phenomenal. We're at 2.4K. Let's keep that going. Let's keep that going. Let's get up to let's see if we can get up to 3K before 7.
Ballard, Utah.
Ballard, Utah. That explains a lot. What?
It's not.
Okay, so I guess skinwalkers have migrated to Utah.
Well, they're not just from the Appalachian Mountain. That's where they're predominant, like where a lot of activity is. But this can happen anywhere. It could be in Kansas.
No, it cannot.
Oh,
Um, no, Brett, don't wish that upon Kansas because if I have to turn this place upside down, it's not going to be good for anybody. Anyways, so all right, let's continue. Okay, let's tell us a little bit more about the skinwalkers here.
so it's like a lot of my research is on stories, okay? But skinwalkers are, from what I can understand, originated from the Navajo culture. It is a type of harmful witch. It is not to be mixed up with one of their medicine people, okay? But it's a type of harmful witch that can turn into, possess, or disguise themselves as animals after doing a harmful act. A lot of the animals or trees, well, I guess trees, not a skinwalker, that's someone else. But a lot of the animals that you'll see is like coyotes or deer. And I guess how like the difference, they can be very subtle, but it'll look like the creature sometimes almost to a T, but there's always something off. Like the eyes will be still human instead of like deer eyes or something like that. Um,
Now, is like is the Wendigo also part of that, or is that kind of the same thing?
See, the Wendigo, I think it's very close, but I think they're supposed to be separate, if I remember right. I didn't really look too much into Wendigos for this one, but I do believe they're very similar, if not the same.
Are you just naming shit off Supernatural?
No, I'm not. I've seen it, and
Oh, okay.
and so I was like, hey, is that? I didn't know if it's like the same. I was trying to disguise intelligence there with just looking at something on YouTube. Anyways.
All right, so I do want to say something. X, you fucking suck. The reason why I say you suck is because whenever you posted it up there, I actually fucking sang it. For those that don't know what he put up, he put Nana, 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 Mothman. Now, if you sing that tune, it's Na 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 Mothman.
I thought it was Batman.
It is.
Oh.
That was the point. that was the point. You got you there.
At least I got the point, though.
This is very true.
Yeah,
At least you got the reference point. At least you got the reference point. So that's all good.
Well, first started saying nah nah, I thought of the Beatles.
Nah, 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 nah.
Of course you did.
Hey. Yeah, that's what I always. Anyways, what else do you have as far as the skinwalkers go?
I mean, more like I did not find too much on them. I have stories about skinwalkers and people just walking through the woods, but I cannot find anything that can be like authenticated, I guess. It's all just part of stories.
Well, first of all, we're talking about skinwalkers as far as the creepy stuff, not skinwalkers as people running down to the lake to go skinny dipping. Okay, so
Is that even supposed to mean? What?
You need to see it again.
What it means is you're so pretty.
Your hair looks lovely. Okay, so so here's what we'll do. I will play a video, a couple minutes of a video that is talking about skinwalkers. And so let's play this one that kind of talks about some alleged encounters of skinwalker.
Really hard to find. It was hidden behind a line of thick bushes, and the path was faint and faded. I never really specifically looked for low traffic trails, but I didn't like running into people all the time on high traffic trails either, so I was fine with the path being unknown. As I continued down, the trees began to look more and more dry, until most of them just seemed dead. Many had fallen over the trail, or had multiple thick branches falling off. The trail definitely hadn't been taken care of in the past few years. Making my way further down, the path began to lead through layers of thick overgrown bushes. The path was distinct enough to know that I was still on the trail though, so I kept going, but that's when I heard a very distinct sound. A whistle, coming from up the mountain. It was faint, but I could hear the whistling hold a few notes before it stopped. I will admit, it was creepy and made me pretty uncomfortable, but I just figured someone else was on the trail. In the moment, that was the only thing that made sense. Another 20 minutes go by, and again, I hear the same melodic whistle, but this time much closer and louder. I was a little more creeped out this time, but I wasn't about to leave the trail just because of some guy whistling nearby. I went up about a quarter-mile further, keeping my pocket knife in my hand just in case. A tree had fallen right on the path though, and the thorny branches made it difficult to climb over, so I had to walk around it. I turned to the right and took a couple steps before noticing a small valley, likely where a river used to flow. However, right in the middle was a small den made of large sticks. From the complexity of it, I knew it had to be man-made. I started putting the whistling and the den together, figuring someone might actually be living here. I got a bad feeling about the whole thing and decided I needed to go right away. But just as I turned to leave the valley, that same whistle came from right behind me. I felt my heart stop out of fear as I quickly turned to face the den. To my surprise, there was a goat standing just behind the valley, exactly where I heard the whistle from. Its eyes felt like they were staring into me as it stood there motionless. I also couldn't help but notice how large it was compared to other ones that I'd seen around the area. I was really freaking out in my head at this point and couldn't even comprehend the whole situation. After a few seconds, I managed to control myself and began walking back slowly, still facing it. But as I took one step back, it opened its mouth slightly and unnaturally, then it let out the same whistle I'd heard too many times already. My fear took hold and I sprinted down the mountain, falling multiple times over trees and rocks. I heard the whistle one more time, softly echoing down the mountain as I made it to the exit of the trail. I'd never told anyone about my encounter, as I thought nobody would ever believe me and I'd only sound like a coward. but I hadn't heard about skinwalkers until recently, and as soon as I dug deeper into them, I realized that that may be the only possible explanation to what I saw.
Okay, we're gonna stop it there. On that part. What the deuce? Did we lose Britt? What happened to Britt? Okay. Outstanding. I've well, we lost Britt on the podcast. We lost Britt. Unless she's trying to get in through or maybe she was able to get a hold of the device. Anyways, let's I guess let's just go ahead and move on. How about this? Somebody just joining. Shane, what was the topic that you were researching over?
Bell Witch.
Bell Witch.
Yep.
I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead. Let's talk about the Bell Witch then. Until we can get Britt back. And see what's going on there. Unless Britt, that was a skinwalker we were talking to, and as soon as we start talking about the stories, it decided to bail. Matt, you. I hope you're okay. Call me if you need help. And I'll call Scooby Doo and the crew to come get you. But okay, so yeah, I know, right? Okay, so what can you tell us about the Bell Witch?
All right, so it's one of the most popular examples of Appalachian Mountain folklore. It actually began in Robertson County, Tennessee. The legend centers around the Bell family. Bell Witch, who is thought to be a woman named Kate Batts, was supposedly cheated in a land purchase by John Bell, the patriarch of the Bell family. The hauntings began somewhere between 1817 and 1821 when the Bell Witch would show up disguised as an animal such as a dog or bird. She would often focus on John's daughter Betsy Bell, pulling sheets off her bed or even physically harming her with kicks, punches, and scratches. John Bell grew so concerned by these violent escalations that he shared his story with a family friend, James Johnston. After Johnston experienced the spirit firsthand, word quickly began to spread. The Appalachian ghost story eventually became famous enough to reach General Andrew Jackson. According to legend, Jackson and his party set up their tents outside the Bell home. One man, claiming he had knowledge of how to deal with witches, boasted that his silver bullets were keeping the witch at bay. I knew that was going to happen. The witch at bay, not the other way around. Anyways,
Wait,
moving on.
Sir. Wait a minute.
Oh Lord.
Sir.
Oh Lord.
Man,
Oh
I'm
Lord.
gonna tell you what we're not gonna do. Okay.
Oh Lord.
We're not gonna have that kind of shenanigans going on the podcast. All right.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
I mean, I know we like God. I mean, I know subject to us and all, but God bless, man. Hey, calm yourself,
I'm a little
sir.
scared now. I'm a little scared now. All right. Let's just keep moving forward. So his silver bullets were keeping the witch at bay. All right, there we go. To punish him, the witch set her sights on the man, giving him a beating that had Jackson's men begging to leave. After John Bell's mistake, you said what? Oh Lord.
Wait.
Oh Lord.
Wait. She did what? Wait, she did what? Wait, what?
The witch set her sights on the man, giving him a beating that had Jackson's men begging to leave.
Did he enjoy it?
Okay, all right.
Oh.
Okay, so the men left. Did Jackson leave? Or did he stay? I mean, he's like, normally I gotta pay $20 when I back home for this. Anyways, Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue, sir. Please continue.
I'm almost done. After John Bell's mysterious death in 1820, the Bell Witch continued to haunt his family. She even forced Betsy to break off her engagement with Joshua Gardner before eventually disappearing for good. Some stories claim that she promised to return to haunt John Bell's direct descendants in 1935, but there were no reports by Nashville physician Dr. Charles Bailey Bell. And then it says, to experience these Appalachian legends for yourself, visit the historic Bell Witch Cave, which is located in Adams, Tennessee.
Okay. All right. So, during your research, what were some of the things that you kind of came up with, other than like, okay, so after researching this, what are some of your thoughts on the actual story itself?
The actual story itself, it's crazy to me. It sounds like she got into black magic to me because somebody screwed her over, and she was like, oh, okay, well, you want to screw me over, now I'm going to haunt you for the rest of your life, and all of your family members too.
Sounds like a regular Tuesday afternoon for some guys. Oh, hold on a second. I got this stupid thing I do with TikTok. There we go. All right. Ace, how much did you? Because when I think about the Bell Witch, I think about like when I think Bell Witch, I automatically insert Blair Witch. So like I'm talking about just hearing it. I'm definitely not talking about the story itself, but what did you know? Did you know much about the Bell Witch?
Honestly, I did not. I'd heard the name before, but as far as the stories behind it, I really didn't know many of the stories. So it's news to me. And I just want to throw this out there. X, you need to apologize, son. But I mean, other than that, like I said, just the name as far as a reference on see, I almost said fucking Blair Witch. Or
I don't know.
bitch.
I tried not to, but like when it came up on the list, I was like, I found myself even kept saying Blair Witch. Yeah, definitely not the same. Now there is a video that you mentioned the cave. There's a video. This one is it's on a show off of A&E. It's called The Cursed of the Bell Witch Deep in Bell Witch Cave. So I'm gonna play a couple minutes of that. It's about 2 minute long. The video. We'll play a couple minutes of that, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it.
Was a skeleton in here.
Yeah, it does look like a small one, like a young child or something like that.
Yeah. Somebody broke in here and they stole the remains. Now, they estimated that she had been dead somewhere around 300 or maybe even 400 years.
Oh, wow. John, he's been having a small girl, like, appear, and she seems like Native American. She's got straight black hair, like a white kind of shirt. I wonder if that'd have anything to relate to this grave.
What the?
You having problems with your camera?
Yeah, will not take video. I hear it on and off.
It's got full battery, right?
Yeah.
We get a lot of cameras mess up in here.
Does that happen a lot?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes they just shut off.
Have you had anything personal actually happen to you in here in the cave?
Yes, I have. One thing that I've seen 4 times in 22 years.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop it because I gotta point this out. So it's funny because they're like, oh yeah, we have cameras shut off here all the time, but yet still the camera's still recording them. So yeah, I'm sorry, I just had to point that out real quick. I'm like, okay, that's just okay, that's awesome. Anyways,
And I really don't know what this thing is. It's like a big mass, and it's always moving. It's very obvious when you see it. people takes pictures in here, sometimes some really weird things will come up on pictures. These are things that people don't see when they're taking the picture, but once they snap it, it shows up in the picture. Some lady was on a tour and she saw this thing coming across in front of her and she just stood still and just kept snapping her camera.
Oh, wow. Have you had anything real recent happen in here?
Yesterday on my last tour, a lady said she felt something tugging at her hair. We didn't see nothing there, but the lady said she felt it 2 or 3 times during that tour. That's why I don't come in here by myself.
This whole place creeps me out.
It's strange.
Right now, we're standing 75 feet underground. We have heard some pretty strange noises back in here that we can't explain. One of my tour guides was back here doing a tour, and they heard this real loud scream in here. It scared everybody half to death, including my tour guide.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of stories like that has happened.
You know, I'm getting a feeling somebody's watching us. I have to get out of here.
The stories are true.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna stop that. So okay, a few things I definitely want to point out. Why can somebody help me here on in TikTok land and here watching us in the Twitch universe as well as the YouTube multiverse? Can someone help me understand something? Why is it that people want to start a tour business on stuff where people are coming up missing or crazy stuff is happening, and then you idiots go and pay money to go watch this stuff and then wonder why you can't sleep at night or why you have to wear the pants because you keep peeing in the bed because you can't sleep properly? I don't understand this. Someone help me to understand this. Leave a comment in the chat. Something. Help me help me. All right, to understand what the heck's going on. We'll go Shane, then we'll go to 8. Shane, what are your thoughts on that, and especially what I just got through saying?
The woman that was standing there just snapping the pictures back to back to back couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. I would have, number one, I would have never even went in there. And if I did, at that point, I'd be gone. I'd be gone. No, thank you. I'll pass on that.
Look, bro, I'm with you. I'm with you. I get it. I'm with you. Ace, what are your thoughts, man?
Well, being agnostic doesn't just mean religiously. I'm agnostic in damn near everything. And if you don't know what agnostic is, it means that you have to show me for me to believe. So whenever it comes to spirits and superstitions and stuff like that, I would have been the one sitting there taking the pictures of the fucking fog going across in front of me, because to me, that's all it would have been, was just a fucking steam cloud or something. So, I mean, as far as the Bell Witch is concerned, you take me down there and if I encounter something, then I'll change my opinion. But as far as right now, I'm not a very superstitious person, and I'm not one who has had any encounters with the supernatural. So, I mean, they're interesting stories, but they're just stories to me.
Yeah, I am. I'm right there with you. Hey, what's up, sweetie? I'm right there with you. However, I'm kind of. I have a different take. Like, I am definitely not superstitious. I don't believe in superstitions and stuff like that. I don't believe in none of that stuff. And I think people they just sometimes they take that stuff way too far when it comes to certain things. Um, Now, when it comes to the unexplained, and if you want to classify it as supernatural, however you want to classify it, I have unfortunately been seen some things with my own eyes that I can't deny. And I'm not going to be crazy enough to say that things just certain things just don't exist. I'm definitely with Ace. It's one of those things. If you show me some proof or something, then I could change my way of thinking. I might be able to believe in what you're talking about. And there's a lot of people like that. There's nothing wrong with it. I 100% believe that you should be able to see something with your own eyes. You should be able to prove it in order to just for somebody to believe it. Because I think we just spend too much time just saying and doing stuff and telling people they got to take us at our word. Now, show me what you're talking about. But when it comes to these kind of stories, like I get it. I may not maybe be like a firm believer in some of this stuff. At the same time, I don't want to actively go looking for it either. This just blows my freaking mind. Like, what are we doing here? Like, why? Oh, love God. I'm sorry. It's my blackness. It does not allow me to accept certain things. So I apologize if I get a little animated. TikTok, YouTube, Twitch. I apologize. I just my blackness. The tingling senses, kind of like my spidey senses. Yeah, those kind of kick in. Um, and uh, did you say your black card? What the Angel? I'm sorry. YouTube, Twitch. Hold on for a second. Angel, what are you talking about?
All right. I want to say one thing. Welcome back, Easter. And X, whenever I said earlier that you needed to apologize, the comment that you made, no, we're going to get it squashed, over with, and I want that smile back on your face. Okay? The comment that you made earlier did upset Britt. We understand that you're not medicated and that you just throw stuff out from time to time. But it came off personal. And can we get you to apologize to Britt for the comment? Love you, sister.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. I don't know. Getting back on topic here. Okay. So what we'll do is, do you okay, I appreciate that, X. Um, we kind of 'cause I did I didn't know you had popped out, and so I'm playing the video, and then I stop the video. I go like, so where the heck Britt go? Because I was thinking about turn it back over to you for the skinwalkers. I was like, where the heck Britt go? But okay, understood. What's going on. Okay, so we're talking about the Bell Witch right now. Okay, so like I told everybody, um, I didn't know much about the Bell Witch, because when I hear that, my mind translates that over to Blair Witch. And so I watched the Blair Witch. Well, I watched the first one. First one was decent. Second, everything after that, it was just stop it. Um, so what can you tell us about the Bell Witch? Like, what was some of the things that you knew about when it comes to the Bell Witch?
You catch it too?
Most of the things that I know about the Bell Witch are stories of people, like encounters that they think they've come across.
They're making fun because I said the Bell Witch, the Blair Witch, Bell Witch, all that stuff. You missed what Shane said. He just got just straight up just hurtful towards the Bell Witch. Um, that Shane, you might need to apologize to the Bell Witch now because that, sir, is not something we're going to do here on this podcast. Okay. But anyways,
Excuse me.
So
I mean to be fair, I wasn't wrong.
well, I mean, it is what it is. Okay, so I think I think it said it in the video that I played. I think Shane might have said it. I think he did say it in the beginning of his spill when he started talking about it. Um, so I'm gonna throw this question out for somebody to remind me. When did this actually take place?
A long time ago.
Really?
Between
Captain fucking obvious.
the hauntings began sometime between 1817 and 1821.
1870 and 18 what?
21.
1817 and 1821.
Over on TikTok throwing out
Yeah. Okay. Is that when you heard about it, Angel? I love you. But okay. So, and Shane, you said it started because basically it was just a little issue between her and another guy, right?
She was cheated in a land purchase by John Bell, the patriarch of the Bell family.
Okay, so she was cheated out of some land. Okay, all right, okay. I'm tracking now.
And it's thought that her real name was Katie Batts or Kate Batts.
Oh, Katie Batts. That explains a lot. That explains a lot. Never mind. On to the next topic.
Just out of curiosity, I mean, you guys can say I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
After I say what the fuck I'm gonna say, jackass.
You're wrong.
Fuck you, both of you. Thank you, Britt, for not saying that I'm wrong right off the bat. Don't you fucking do it. All right. Didn't they make a movie about a family that had this plantation, and she comes in, the witch comes in and like terrorizes the daughter?
Yes, it was called Roots.
I fucking can't with you. Oh my fucking god. Forgive me. I say plantation, and this motherfucker goes roots. I know you mentioned that earlier, Taffy, and I'm thinking that you're right. It was an American haunting. I couldn't place the movie with the name, but yes, you are right. An American haunting. That is a movie about the Bell Witch. So if you guys have not seen that movie, not Roots. God.
Oh, Roots was an American haunting. It's still haunting.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. I apologize, everyone, to TikTok and to YouTube and Twitch. I apologize. Apologize apologize for that. I just couldn't help it. I just could not let that slide. So I do definitely apologize. But sorry, not sorry. Anyways. So Shane, you all right? Are you all right there, Shane? Okay. Okay, we might lose Shane there for a minute. Okay, so let's 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 move to a much more serious topic here. Okay, so the serious topic, first of all, we've been trying to get in contact with you about your car's extended warranty. No, I'm just playing. That was not the superstar. Anyways, so what was the next? I don't have my notes as far as what we were talking about here. I am gonna tell you right now, though, Brett, kind of throwing you under the bus. Um, so I'm gonna give you some time in case you haven't. I'm gonna give you some time to see if you can figure something out. If not, I will try to pull something up real quick. About
this was the part where I said that we are going to improvise. Where I said, "Hey, did you get a hold of Britt about the lineup change?" And he said, "No."
Yeah, I kind of there were some things going on. I kind of fumbled a little bit. So, but I still what is it? The brown lights?
The lights above the mountain and mimics or doppelgangers.
Okay, so do we go over mimics at all? Who's doing? You're doing mimics, aren't you, Ace?
No.
Oh, I was supposed to be doing the doppelgangers. Oh, yep, definitely. Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll figure something out. What- okay, so Ace, how about we just go ahead and skip over to you? Let's talk about these. What is it? The brown-eyed what?
The brown or the lights over the mountain.
Oh, okay, okay. Brown eye lights over the mountain. Didn't they call the brown lights or something?
Yeah, the brown light.
Okay, I be careful when you put that in the search engine. Okay. Anyways, Ace, what do you
that
have
type of
for us?
channel.
Oh, it kind of is.
Amber, we're trying to direct everybody over to YouTube right now because somebody was not able to come on to TikTok. So if you know how to get there, go ahead and join us over there because we've got Britt and then we do our videos and everything over there. There you go. Thank you, Amber. Or shit, Angel. See, I did it again. Just got to get used to it. All right, but anyway, the brown mountain lights, they first were noticed in like the early 1900s. In 1910 was the earliest sighting of the brown lights. They had a United States was it a genealogist? I know it's somewhere else down in here. Oh, geologist. A United States geology survey done in 1922 where they established that it was train lights and car lights. Welcome. Okay. That it was the reflection of train lights and car lights coming over the top of the mountain, which people believed it because during that time there was a train station in that direction. The only problem was in what was it? There was a year that it flooded. Do you know what year it was, Britt? No? You didn't do any research on the brown lights? No? Okay, that's fine. Oh, wait,
me.
1916. What?
You stopped me. You said you're not supposed to be doing the research on that. We're supposed to do it. You sent us the list.
Well, I mean, yeah, I did. In 1916, a flood caused train activity around Brown Mountain to cease for several weeks, which provided an opportunity for some to doubt the geological experts' findings. Because during this time, the lights were still there. So they played it off as a Native American tribe that was out there, and they were burning brush in the mountains. I totally went fucking biblical on your asses.
That's not what I was thinking.
Well, I figured you took it to a different fucking bush.
I thought somebody need to go make an appointment with the doctor.
But they thought that there was a Native American tribe out there that was burning brush, and it later got I'm just really having a night tonight, aren't I? It got disproven because fuck both of you. It got disproven because the Native Americans came forward and said, whoa, no. You're not putting your white man scary shit on us. You're laughing at me. See, I actually did my research. I didn't just print it off and read it. Do you think it says burning bush in here anywhere? Brush? Shut up, Shane. But carrying on, there are still, yes, you white men, whatever.
Yeah, that sounded a little like that's. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Anyways, there's been several different. Someone's bush is burning. Fuck all y'all. Oh, I'm not going to be able to live this one down for at least a week.
No.
But there's been several different things that have come across as far as superstitions on what the lights could be. They said that there was a Civil War ghost out there that was carrying a lantern. They've said that there were gas pockets. I mean, there's several different things that have been thrown out there, but nothing's really been proven as far as to where the lights are coming from. So, I mean, up until like 1965, they said that it could have been UFO movement. No, you won't. Yeah, in 2012, they said that that Civil War ghosts was first seen. I mean, it's just like I said, it's one of those things that's unexplained that nobody. I see your hand, Britt. That nobody really has a valid explanation for. Britt.
I have one that might be up there. It's not proven. Like, I don't know. You could probably research it, but be careful because people have stories about researching it. but there is a military base somewhere in that area that is causing these lights, apparently, with testing facilities. But that is hearsay. I cannot prove that. I've just heard that
Well,
myth.
see, the thing of it is, though, in the early 1900s, whenever the United States Geological Survey was done, they brought a high-powered telescope out. And surely, if there was an military base out there somewhere, he would have saw that.
Hey, military man, how well can they hide their bases?
On that note, we want to tell you that the Birdman Show is brought to you by Spotify for Podcasters. Spotify for Podcasters is a great, easy way to do an audio podcast. We have all of our audio and video. Okay, listen, I'll answer the question. Okay, first of all, especially if you're talking about in regions like that, it's not very difficult. I mean, how many of you heard about the underground cities that most people didn't know that have been in existence for the last almost 20 years? There's underground facilities, underground almost like cities that are just now coming out to light. In a few of them, it's not really that difficult. If you're going that route, if you're going, I'm not saying that's what it is. Okay,
But
I'm saying that's what it is. What's going on? But I know, speaking from my personal experiences, I don't know what Shane has to add to that. But yeah, it's really not that difficult, especially if you've been given enough time to be able to create that type of stuff. So I mean, it is what it is. That's all I want to say when it comes to that. Shay, do you have anything else to add to that? Okay, so here's a go ahead.
who?
I mean, yeah, I feel you on that. I definitely feel you on that. Okay, so I'm gonna play this video that's talking about the brown lights. I definitely, like I said, I'm trying to have videos to back up a lot of stuff we're talking about. This is called "The Proof Is Out There." Brown Mountain Lights confirmed astronauts. Exclusive. This is season 2 episode. So we're gonna play this real quick.
Hi, I'm Dan Caton. I'm an astronomer and astrophysicist at Appalachian State University in Boone, North Carolina. And I've been working on the Brown Mountain Lights for many years. I had a file on the lights ever since I moved here in 1981, but I didn't do anything about it until I had a student in my introductory astronomy course. And he claimed he had seen the lights and he had videoed them, and we went out during the daytime, got the lay of the land, and then I started going out there at night looking for them. I didn't know what to think about them before I really started getting into it, but we shouldn't just poo-poo these claims of paranormal, but they deserve investigation. And so I felt maybe some interesting physics going on here that we don't know about. I'd gotten pessimistic about the lights and even cynical about their existence. We had been out a couple dozen times and hadn't really seen anything. And then I did an interview for an Associated Press reporter, and I got a lot of emails from people who claimed having seen the lights. And some people described seeing them not 1,000 feet across at the Linville Gorge, but 20 feet across the parking lot. And so I got into the game. I gave a presentation at a Brown Mountain Lights symposium, and there I met a couple of other people who were serious and interested. And so we formed a team and we put the first camera there, and then we added a second camera because if you see something, if it's not on both cameras, then it's an artifact in the camera. We had recorded videos for several years, 4 to 5 years, every night, seeing really nothing until we saw this. The next morning, when I built this video and watched it, I looked at this and said, whoa, what is that? This video stood out in that it had something that was obviously different. Previous videos had little glitches and lights and spots that I couldn't really make any sense of. But we had a light here that persisted over 20 minutes, came and went, had no lateral motion sideways, had no up-down motion. These are 30-second exposures. So if it were a meteor, you would see little streaks. And so it was not something that was stellar. A week before this video, I had talked to a reporter at the Charlotte Observer and told him, you know, I think the lights are gone. We haven't seen anything. And then, wow, bang, this thing pops up. And then I had to call him up and say, I think we need to reconsider that. And he wrote a new story that ran in the Charlotte Observer. I remain intrigued by the close-up sightings that people continue to report, but they're extremely hard to study. They're random. I mean, how do you study a random phenomenon? It's almost impossible. I want people to not give up on the lights.
Okay, I'm trying to catch that. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we got a lot to catch up here. First of all, the voice did not match the visual that I was gonna get from this dude. So I was sorry. I apologize. For those on TikTok that you're not able to watch the video or anything like that, like I said, we love having you guys on TikTok. But if you want to get the full experience, especially until Ace and I can figure out how we're gonna be able to stream to TikTok and figure that whole thing out. I'm working on a few other things, possibilities. If I get that, then we'll definitely do it that way. If not, like I said, we'll just continue to keep working on it. But you can definitely check us out on our YouTube channel. And all you have to do is go to YouTube, go to search, type in at Birdman Show Podcast 9643 to join us on YouTube, or you can join us on Twitch. We're also live on Twitch. Go to the Birdman profile on there at Birdman 143. So I decided to pause it here because this is what this is where a lot of people are actually reporting when they're seeing when they talk about these lights. Now, Ace, compose yourself. When you're I'm not starting with Ace. Brett, I'm going with Brett. I can't start with Shane either. He's just as bad. Brett, when you're when you see this, okay, what had you really heard about this phenomenon that was kind of going on there?
Kind of just like what he explained, definitely. I've also heard about a light chasing people in the car as well. Like as they're moving along, there's a bright light that comes up beside them and travels alongside their car. And no matter what speed they go, it stays right beside them.
Sounds like Border Patrol. So I didn't say like the southern border. I mean, they were on the border of different. Wow, see, wow, something's wrong with you, sir. Anyways, yeah, the VA should have pointed that out to you. Anyways, yeah. So I've heard that story before. This is one of those ones. Like I said, there's so many different ways that people can explain away some of this stuff. Could be something with the atmosphere. Could be something. Maybe there's I don't know pockets of gas over in that area that they're not aware of. That's causing these sparks, and that's why it's so random. You'll find when it comes to a lot of stuff, it's easy for people in higher positions to explain away things. It's just like how they told us, there's no such thing as UFOs, aliens, this and that. But then all of a sudden, they start releasing these reports saying, yeah, UFOs are real, aliens have visited us, this is that. And the one thing I always tell people, first of all, look at the timing when they release this type of information. What's going on? What are they trying to draw your attention away from? Okay, people for years have said there's UFOs and aliens, this, and that. You haven't changed their mind. You know what I'm saying? So, what is going on to where you need to draw attention away? I don't know what to make of this at all. I mean, looking at the lights, looking at seeing this especially this photo here. Um, I don't know what I'm not even going to speculate. I don't know. This is not my wheelhouse. I see something like that, but I'm usually definitely going the other way anyways. So and people don't get it twisted. It's not that I'm scared of this stuff. It's just I'd I'd much rather not be, zapped up into a spaceship or some stuff like that. I kind of like just living my mediocre life that I'm living now. You know what I'm saying? I don't need extra stuff. I'm a black man living in America. Life is exciting enough as it is. I never know what's going to happen when I walk out the door. And I enjoy that. I enjoy the mystery part of that. I don't want extra stuff. I don't need aliens. I don't need all this extra stuff like we're talking Bigfoot, the Bell Witch, some of this other. I don't need all that. I don't. I don't. I just don't. I'm good. I'm good with my life. I'm cool. All right. Served in the military. That was way more excitement than I needed. So I'm good. Cool. Yeah. Enjoy coaching basketball. I enjoy playing Xbox. I enjoy doing the podcast. I'm cool. Now that I've given my other two co-hosts a little time to compose themselves. Um, Shane, what are your thoughts when we talk about this? No, just relax. I'll leave. I'll leave it. Yeah. Yes, Army vets to the core. Um, Shane, what are your thoughts? No, I mean it could be a campground and they just ate a bunch of beans and they're got lighters and they're just lighting their farts. It's possible. Yeah, it could. Yeah, yeah. Cool. Airborne. All right. Yeah. Thank you for your service. You know what I'm saying? I always love thinking. I always love thanking my fellow vets for their service, man. That is awesome. Thank you for joining. I love it. Oh man, that's what's up. Yeah, I was at the 10th Mountain Division up in Fort Drum, New York, light infantry. So yeah, yeah. Thank you for your service. Ace, I know you're over there chomping at the bit. So why don't you go ahead and tell us what you got?
All right. First off, I'm going to go ahead and pull off of what Britt was saying. There is a folklore around this area of a ghost light. I've never seen it. It's somewhere over on the Missouri side. What made me think of it was you saying that there's been rumors of lights coming up and following your car, going the same speed that you're going. And that's the rumors that have been told about the ghost light in over across the state line. But as far as what?
I've heard about that one too over there in your guys' area.
Yeah.
Actually kind of freaky if you look into it.
I can only say that I haven't looked into it because it wasn't something that interested me. It's like, I'm going to go sit out there in the dark and wait for a light to come find me. But what we just watched, it's interesting to see that the light is above the horizon. So with it being above the horizon, that would kind of negate the fact that it is a military base. Because if it's a military base, all they're doing is drawing a beacon to themselves. Just saying. And I'm going to leave this thing with 2 words. Well, 3. He said poo-poo. 4. I'm sorry. I fucking lost that. I mean, I don't even remember what the hell he was trying to reference, but he's like, this poo-poo. And I'm sorry, I'm immature. I Shane, I mean, he's fucking losing it now. We both lost it. I'm sorry. If over here on TikTok you were wondering why we were laughing so hard, it was because he said poo poo. So I'm sorry. It struck me. It struck my funny bone.
Yeah, I will make sure I make a note to myself to try to screen the videos that I'm planning on playing for such content. Um, oh my god. Cancel reality, man. Appreciate the follow. I will definitely follow you here in a little bit after I get off of here. Actually, I might be able to do it right now. No, won't let me. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Well, I have to get you on the oh my god. I'm sorry. Did I just kick Britt out? Oh, my bad, brother. I didn't mean to catch you on. I I'm sitting there trying to follow you back and it added you on. My bad, my bad. Well, I mean, you're on here now, so how you doing? Oh, really? Oh, hey, we might have to get you on for an episode or two then. Hey, if you're not doing anything tomorrow, man, we're doing the Birdman Show recap on TikTok. It'll be on my TikTok platform. We're doing it tomorrow at 6. Definitely come in and join. I would love to talk to you more about this stuff. All right, brother. Man, this is why I love this is why okay, this I know I talk a lot of trash on social media when it comes to a lot of stuff, but this is one thing I really love about it is being able to connect with people and connect with another fellow vet, another brother. That's always gonna make my day. So I appreciate you, brother, man. I appreciate your service. And we'll definitely get together tomorrow. All right, all right, take it easy. I feel you on that. I'm gonna do that after I get out of here. All right, later. Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so sorry about that. We had a sec. We took a sidetrack. What?
He asked the question. Oh shit! Did I kick Brit out? Motherfucker, Brit ain't even on TikTok.
Yeah. Well, I was looking here on YouTube and Twitch, and then I happened to look up, and then all of a sudden it just went. I was like, oh my god! And I thought I had kicked her out, but I was like, oh yeah, she's not even. My bad. I'm sorry, Britt. I thought you were on TikTok. I'm sorry. But yeah. But no, okay. So yeah, I mean and to your point there, Ace, about the military, maybe that being a beacon for them. Trust me, I wouldn't put it past them. Especially if
they're
they
trying to hide themselves, why would they sit there and put a light?
but if it's
Because what makes sense to us, they do the exact opposite.
And the thing is, you also got to think about it. Depending on when these pictures were taken, like what time of day, everything else like that, it could depend. It could just really depend on what they're doing. If, like I said, if it was a military base, because that if it's like at night, I mean, that could be something that to the normal eye, naked eye, would not pick that up, but a camera could pick that up. So I mean, like I said, if that's the case, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, hopefully, that person is okay. Um, and it's not a side project. That's, but definitely yes. I mean, there's a lot of like I said, there's so many different things that it could possibly be. And like I said, once again, for people that are watching us on TikTok, yeah, I can't really share or show. Actually, I could. I would have to move this though. Uh, but yeah, I know. But I'll figure it out. I might have a way to do it. I just don't know if I'll be able to do it with having people in the box. So I'll have to test it out, and we'll kind of go with it. But yeah, we're about 9 minutes out from the show being over. and I don't want to get that. Do we have any other ones left other than the doppelganger and the do we have? Is that the only one we have left?
That's the only one that I had wrote down left. Yes.
Did you have anything on that? Because I didn't do anything.
I mean, I could give a brief little. It's exactly what it sounds like. Mimics, they can be very scary. It can be outside, it can be inside. There's a lot of stories where people will see like family members or hear family members when they're like out at the store or something and call them on the phone. They're like, "Are you calling my name from downstairs? Like, are you standing in front of the window or something like that?" And they will literally see them, but it's not them, and they can tell it's
Whoa, whoa,
just
whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh, horses, lady. Um, because I've experienced something like that before. I've literally experienced something like that before, where I'm somewhere and it's and a lot of times I contribute because I for those who don't know, I talk about my grandma a lot. My grandmother, my father's mom was a huge instrumental part of my upbringing. And her teachings, those things that she tried to get me to understand and learn, are things that I really fall back on a lot. That woman was for a woman to, who some people say, well, she didn't, maybe graduate or went to college, did this or that. Woman was wise beyond her years. And sometimes I know that I think about her a lot. And so therefore sometimes I think I hear her saying something. And I could have sworn there was a couple times, there was one time, especially when I was in New York. It was shortly after I got back from I think it was Iraq, after my first deployment to Iraq. And it was a pretty bad deployment. There's no way of saying getting around that. I went through a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, we lost people, and there's just a lot of stuff that happened on that deployment. And I was at one of my low points. And Britt, when I say I heard this woman's voice, it was literally as if she was sitting as close to me as Ace is sitting right now, and I
Mhm.
heard it clear as day. It's like, "Hey, baby, it'll be all right." And I turned around, get off me. Get your hands off me. Um, and I heard it clear as day and her say that, and I literally jumped up off my couch, and I just started looking around. I'm like, "What in the world?" Oh, wow. That's wow. See, now I'm questioning everything. Dez better not call me from the kitchen. I know that, but she would never say, "Hey, hey, whoop." Nah, see, somebody getting body slammed. Anyways, go. Anyways, is that all? What else did you have to go with that? You said what?
Was that the only time that you heard it?
No, it's not. It's probably I can probably say safely maybe 6 or 7 times that that's happened to me. Various different sometimes it hasn't always been when I'm going through something. Sometimes it's just been, I've just been walking somewhere, or heck, even in the car, to the point where I even had to turn the music down because I thought I heard something, and then, I'm like, I know I did not just hear her voice, so yeah, I don't yeah. Ugh, love it, but go ahead.
I mean, that's pretty much what they are. From what I hear, the what do you call it, sightings or the occasions that it happen with mimics, same thing. The more attention you show them, the more it will increase and continue. And typically mimics it's kind of like, if you believe in it, not possession, but attachment. There we go. Attachment.
Mm,
They will get attached to a particular person or a particular family, and that is who they will target.
wow, sounds like one of my exes. Anyways,
Thank you much.
oh god, I'm sorry. I apologize. Not really. Um, now, so is this basically is this just relegated to people, or have people experienced this type of thing like with animals?
I do believe so, because a mimic can be whatever it wants to be. It's like a shapeshifter type thing, like
Oh
entity.
yeah. Scarlett's
Um,
gotta go.
yeah.
My dog's gotta go. I think she's a mimic.
Okay.
She's very clingy. She's very clingy. Yeah, okay. So yep, sorry, you're gone. Anyways, Ace, did you hear anything about this part when it comes to the mimics? They're mimics and what else? Doppelgangers. Doppelganger. Like the only time I've really heard about doppelganger was like in the cartoons. Um,
It's just another term for it in
uh,
a I guess, negative way for this one.
now, is this kind of like the movie Mimic?
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's actually not a bad movie. It's really not that bad of a movie. Um, but I think it started off as roaches. And they're everywhere. But okay. So does Angel have her hand up? Put your hand down. We'll get to you later. But anyways, okay. So does anybody have anything else they want to add on to that? She remembers that movie.
The only thing I've ever heard about from doppelgangers and stuff is when somebody come up to us, man, I just seen your doppelganger. Looks just like you.
Yeah.
I mean, they sent me a fucking picture of this guy, and I was like, holy fuck, that could have been me.
I have Tim's doppelganger. I know him.
You know you're muted on.
You have him like in the basement?
What?
He's the bass player at Spanky's Clubhouse.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, you told me that. I thought what? I was like, what? The Spanky's Clubhouse. What? Spanky's Clubhouse. Oh, okay.
You know, alfalfa, Spanky.
You know you muted on TikTok.
They can still hear me.
Oh,
I can hear myself.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
I've been muted the whole time, so there was no feedback.
yeah, but I don't know about on the TikTok part because.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Because I mean, the mic for this is going through for the YouTube stuff. My mic is the one that's in my ear for.
Here.
Okay.
Angel, can you hear me?
Okay. I mean, that's cool. I mean, it's cool. Yeah, I just didn't know. I didn't realize that. Okay. Anyways. Let's okay. Shane, do you have anything you want to add about the doppelgangers and mimics?
I don't know nothing about it.
Fair enough, sir. I have no problem with that. Okay, look. Here's what we're gonna do. Let's go ahead and try to wrap this up. Shane, we'll start with you. Just give us your last your comments for the episode.
Thank you everybody for coming. Appreciate you.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah,
I drink too much caffeine. All right.
Definitely a girl. Brett, what about you? What are your comments for the show?
Just like this is our, I guess, researcher tip of the mythology in that area. So there's a lot more to it than what we've covered for sure. But if you want to look into it, there's some good creators out there that have more information about it.
Yes, most definitely. Yeah. So, yeah, Ace, what about you?
I got two things to go along with this story for today. If you're out in the middle of nowhere and you hear somebody say your fucking name, don't turn around and say what. Just fucking run.
Like one of those. Here, run.
Yes. And next week, our episode next week is going to be with our very own family member, Tabitha. It's going to be over Audrey Marie Hilly. So that's all I've got. Thanks for coming out, everybody. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, I am definitely looking forward to next week's episode. That should be fun. It definitely should be fun. And speaking of looking forward to things, definitely want to remind everybody that the Birdman Show podcast recap will be tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time, right there on TikTok. For those who are watching on TikTok, come on back. For everybody else who's watching us on YouTube and Twitch, you can see it right there. Just go to TikTok, type in Birdman Show to definitely join us on that. It's always fun. It's fun because we get a chance to recap the show, which normally most time lasts anywhere between 5-10 minutes, and then we're just talking about whatever else comes up. Um, so it doesn't really matter at that point in time. You can definitely also check us out. Actually, was that the? Yeah, that was it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, definitely. And then, like I said, for those who are on YouTube, if you're ever on Twitch and you're gaming, or you do anything else like that, stop by and see me. Hit that subscribe button on Twitch. Join in on the podcast. Like I said, I'll be starting up some gaming here for too long shortly. But that's at Birdman Show or Birdman 143. Yeah, look, I'm excited. Like I said, I really enjoyed this episode. Britt, thank you so much for bringing this episode to us. This is a really good one. We love the strange and weird. So definitely looking forward to the next one you have for us. Or we can even dive a little bit more deeper into this one for part two. I don't know. It is what it is. We'll do what we do. But like,
I got one more.
yeah, one more thing to say.
Hey, Britt, didn't you tell me that you was afraid that we weren't going to be able to cover a full hour on the topics that you gave us?
Yep, I did.
And what did I tell you? We are the kings of improvisation.
Thought you just said y'all had yappy mouths.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
I did say that we could improvise, though.
TikTok, you're glad you didn't hear that. She was just straight mean. Oh my god! All right, yeah, let's just go ahead and wrap this up out of here.
Stage your houses.
Definitely, like I say, want to thank everybody for joining us for this episode of the Birdman Show. Like I said, we'll be back next week, 6 p.m. Central Time, next Wednesday, for another episode of the Birdman Show. Please come on back and join us. But for the Birdman, for Ace, for Shane, for the lovely Brittany, we're out of here. Go ahead and do it one last time. That's right, we out.